What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to YONERD podcast, the podcast where we talk about nerd culture news, share opinions, and debate on pretty much anything. I'm Jace.
I'm Zion.
I'm Noah.
Y'all, we are back. Life gets crazy busy, so that's why we decided to take a little bit of a break. But like I said, we are back now at the perfect timing. We saw Superman last night in Hollywood. Spoiler-free thoughts first. I thought the movie was amazing. I thought it was great. I thought Superman was great. I thought Lex was the best Lex that I've seen personally.
100%.
Of course, we had to make fun of Batman vs Superman Lex, the Joker Lex crossover. That was honestly, we're not gonna talk about it because I'm gonna get too much into it. I get too passionate about that. But anyway, yes, Superman. What'd you guys think overall about the movie? Spoiler free first.
How should I start this? Because I don't want to put it too plainly.
If you guys have been watching our show for a while, you know that Noah is the biggest Superman fan that there is. He was saying that this was the greatest movie of all time when the trailer came out.
Teaser trailer came out.
Yeah, the teaser trailer came out. This entire week leading up to seeing the movie, he's probably read every Superman comic in existence. He was reading it on the way to the theater. So just tell us what you think, Noah. Come on.
Like you said, this was already the greatest movie of all time.
I didn't say that. You said that.
Well, no, like I said, from about December or January. And the only thing that was going to change that was if David Cornsweet didn't give an incredible performance. And if they did Superman wrong, that was the only thing that was going to change my mind. They obviously did not do it wrong. David Cornsweet, well, we'll talk about it later, but he is Superman. Everyone on the cast has talked about it. Everyone who's seen the movie, even if they don't love the movie, has agreed. He is an incredible Superman. I feel like they've got him right. It was probably the best adaptation of a comic book I've ever seen. Obviously, it wasn't based off a comic book, but it felt like a comic book. I was reading graphic novels the whole week leading up, and it felt like I just watched a comic book come to life. The villains, the battles he did, the look of everything, how he acted, it was all done perfectly to a T. Shout out James Gunn.
Yeah,
Thank
James
you
Gunn was cooking
for taking us out of the poverty that the DC fan base has been in. We can finally come out of hiding because of James Gunn.
Hey, is the DCU back?
Yes.
Is it back?
100%.
I don't know.
It's been back.
No, it has not been back since
the Batman.
Be quiet. No, the heck is not. It's been completely dead.
It's been a long wait.
It's revived.
Oh my gosh. I'll say this spoiler free. I thought Superman was a great movie. There was a lot that they did right. There were definitely some things. It is not a perfect film. Story wise, pacing, there were some struggles there for me. And then
I'm not even letting you finish. Stop trying to act like some film nerd. The pacing and the we do not care.
We are YONERD. We have to.
We're not film nerds like that. We all know we have not seen some of the greatest movies of all time. None of us have seen. Let's be real. What are the greatest movies of all time that are universally recognized?
The Godfather.
Okay, The Godfather. Have any of us seen that?
I've seen The Godfather.
Zion? It's all about the pacing. You ever seen Shawshank Redemption? You ever seen that?
Bro, Shawshank Redemption is fire.
We haven't, so let's stop acting like we care about the pacing. It is a comic book movie.
See, we're already starting on this foot.
It's not start off by saying it was a great movie. The pacing was off. This was off.
I'm giving spoiler free. I'm not explaining in depth what's going on. I'm giving a broad overview. I should be allowed to say if it's a movie, I can judge it as a movie. I'm not some weird film critic guy. It's literally just there were certain things about the story, the pacing that were off for me. It was a very chaotic story. That being said,
like a comic book.
What you wanted the most, the characters, the visuals, the heart of the movie was perfect. It was very well done. So I thought it was great. I didn't say it was bad. I said it was a great movie. There were just definitely some issues for me that we can talk about later.
Noah's dead. He's disappointed. I don't think I thought Thor Love and Thunder was bad because Noah's also a Thor lover.
No, I'm not. I'm not a defender.
You literally. No, we're not gonna get into this. We're not gonna get into this. I don't think that anybody will ever convince Noah that there were any problems with this movie.
Nope. The only movie that will ever be able to dethrone this movie is the next David Cornsweet Superman movie.
I'm happy for you. I'm really happy for you, genuinely.
Thank you.
I'm not trying to rain on your parade. I'm not. I'm just giving my thoughts. That's all.
All right, so for today's episode, obviously we're keeping it all things Superman. We're gonna do a snake draft, and we're gonna draft 4 different things. One is gonna be our favorite moment, but in turn, we're also gonna have our least favorite moment. We're gonna draft best character, and we're gonna draft the best Aura Farm moment. I don't know if you guys are on TikTok. If you're not on TikTok, you guys have seen that kid on the boat. If you know, you know. I can't even explain it further than that. Maybe we'll throw it up on the screen right here. But that kid was Aura
He's
farming
him,
for
bro.
sure. He's him.
Yeah.
So we're gonna draft the best Aura Farm moment also. And I mean, who goes first? I mean, do we let Noah go first? Just
We
because
can
it's
do like a
Superman.
randomizer because I went first last time we did a draft, I think. And then
Okay,
we can
let
draft
me.
any category, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, the rules,
So
we can draft any category, like however we choose. But once that thing is taken, obviously nobody else can take it. So like if I want to draft my best character first, then if my best character gets taken, I have to pick another character, or I can just choose another category to make sure it doesn't get
yeah,
taken.
and then the third person gets to go twice. It's snake
Yep.
draft style. So it'll go. Okay, so I just put our names into a generator. It's gonna be Noah first, me, and then Jace.
All right, cool.
So Jace, when it's your turn, you'll go twice. Then it'll come back to me, then Noah. And
Okay.
so we're really just trying to fill out those categories.
All right. Just because I know Jace is going to take it and we both agreed. I'm going to the Aura Farm moment first.
Yeah,
Dude.
I was gonna go
Oh
there. I
my
was gonna go
God.
there.
I was flipping out. My scene selection would be Superman returns from the farm, being with his family. The girl's in the car. She's stuck.
Yep.
The building's collapsing, and he
Yep.
catches it. She drives, barely makes it off. The building collapses, and among the rubble and the dust, he rises up and like makes sure she's safe as she drives back. And she looks in the rearview mirror.
That
Oh
shot
my
was
God,
actually insane.
that was so
That
tough,
was
bro.
like a perfect Superman shot. I was gonna take that first, so I'm glad that you took
Dude,
it.
that was too clean.
That was nice.
That was clean. That was dope. I gotta go best character, and it's gonna be Superman. And I'm
Now,
so
on second
happy.
thought, let's not include Superman as a character.
No. I mean, but that's the strength of the movie. In that character list, obviously Superman's going to be number 1, but there were so many strong characters in this movie. There really
I
are.
agree.
Like, I actually wouldn't be too bummed if one of you got Superman first.
Yeah, I mean,
But I mean, I'm so glad that I can put Superman as a best character in this list because it truly was probably my personal favorite Superman performance from any actor, right? And we'll talk about Superman later, but just the heart of Superman, um, the way that they brought Superman into the modern time and showed that this character can still work in a modern setting while remaining true to who he is at the core. He was just the right amount of corny and kind of like a simple farm boy, in terms of just like he just wanted to save people and help people. He wasn't thinking about all the politics and all the craziness of the world going on. He just wanted to help people. Um, and I thought he was portrayed perfectly. He was so human yet so Superman in the film. I could talk about the performance and the characterization all day, but I'm gonna go with Superman as the best character.
nice. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if I went first for best character, I would choose Superman
Yeah,
too. But I'm gonna
yeah,
double down. I'm gonna choose my best character too, and I gotta go
okay.
Lex. Obviously, I gotta go Lex. This is easily the best Lex I've ever seen. I think I already said that, but he was just like I could feel it. Like it really felt like he was obsessed with Superman and his every single move. The way that he was
Yeah.
calling out what controls to do, like for what was his name, Ultraman or
Mhm.
whatever he called him. Like the dude is smart, and you can tell he put so much time and so much effort because he truly hates Superman.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to see that and be able to like feel that through the screen, and it was like an actor. It didn't even feel like he was acting.
Hmm.
Amazing character. One of the best portrayals of Lex that I've seen throughout any comic, throughout any show, movie, period. And then I get to go again, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think I also might take Aura Farm moment too. And I
You
talked
guys
to
just
like last night when we were after the movie we were talking. I don't remember what exactly even happened because I was too focused on Superman aura farming. It was like a close up of his face, and the camera like went across his face, and it
yeah.
showed the that was what was happening in that scene. What
I
had
think that
That
was
when
happened?
he's
right
fighting
after he
Ultraman?
beat Ultraman.
Yeah.
Was it
Or like
Yeah.
when he beat him the first time, kind of.
okay? Yeah,
Or was
that
it?
was
Yeah.
crazy.
Because it was
It was
right after, because it was right before all the what were the armored
I
flying
forgot.
guys name, like Ravagers or something? No,
Something.
something like that.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
It
remember.
was right before they all came, and then he went up and did the like laser thing with them, which
Oh my god.
also that was
Tough.
crazy.
Yeah, that was so
But you're going like after he beats Omni or Ultraman.
yeah, yeah. James Gunn was
Yeah,
cooking
no, he was
with his camera
Yeah.
shots.
absolutely in the movie. I was like, not him literally farming right then in the moment. Like he literally, I'm like, Seuss, come on, man, like you gotta chill, bro. Um, I'm gonna go favorite moment, and I'm actually gonna choose the scene between Clark and Lois. Actually, surprisingly early in the movie, where Lois interviews Superman in his apartment or in her apartment. That's gonna be my pick. That was probably my favorite scene of the movie. It was definitely, to me, some of the best writing that James Gunn has ever done. Just two characters in a scene going back and forth, and it really got down to the root of like when you watch that scene, you're like, okay, they know the core of these characters. And I even loved in a relationship, like you have a new Superman, or not new, but he's newish. You have, him and Lois, their relationship is new. And I actually really liked seeing their relationship in that way because a lot of times they're already established and there's so much history, but they're still getting to learn about each other and know about each other. So even just their differing views on politics and how things should be done, and Lois's conflict and his conflict, um, it was so relatable because that's just how relationships are. There's just certain things that you guys don't agree on. There's views that you have that the other person challenges. It was so real and so raw. And then I loved how that then also kind of showed Superman's flaw in the movie, which I think a lot of times we don't portray Superman as having flaws, but I think his in the movie were, it was like it's like his greatest strength and also his potentially greatest flaw is how simple minded he can be. Where it's like you threw everything out the window because people were gonna die, and like you got to go help them. But then at the same time, it's like, okay, how do you do this responsibly in the world and with politics and with all the optics and everything like that? So I gotta go with that. It was by far the best moment of the movie for me.
For sure. Great pick.
That's a good pick.
I'm also gonna be taking a scene, and then after we finish this draft, we gotta talk for a couple minutes about other scenes that didn't get picked because there's a couple
Okay.
other highlights that will
Yeah.
not get picked that deserve some recognition. But for me, this is a personal pick because I've been watching stuff since we watched the movie about other people and like podcasts and stuff, And none of them been talking about the scene, and they're like, it was all right. For me, my favorite scene in the movie is the Superman and / Justice Gang fight against Kaiju, the Kaiju monster thing. Dude, that fight was like the epitome of Superman in a fight. And it's the one time we get to see him be like the Superman from the comics. Obviously, the first time we see action in the movie, he gets absolutely throttled by the hammer of whatever. Like he doesn't get a single shot on him. So the first time we get to see Superman saving people, fighting, we get to see, like, not to trash on Henry Cavill, but I love trash on Henry Cavill. But like, dude, he didn't care about the city at all. He doesn't care. He'll laser eyes straight through an entire building, and just massacre people. Like the first time we see Superman, he punches the monster, and he knows it's about to hit a building, and he goes and stops it and makes sure he pushes it back. He sees the dog, obviously he saves it. He sees a woman about to get crushed. He brings her up. He's like, hey, deep, slow breaths. You'll be all right. Goes back to the fight. The Justice Gang starts fighting. So he's like, cool, I don't need to fight anymore. And then he goes and saves a freaking squirrel, bro.
Yeah, the
Like,
squirrel.
dude, a squirrel. Not even
Yeah.
a cat in the comic. Like a squirrel. He took time out of fighting this monster that could kill thousands in a one fire breath, and he went and stopped the squirrel.
And you could hear it in the theater. Literally cheered when
Dude,
he did that.
Cheered when we saw him pick up the squirrel.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie though. When we were in the theater and everyone started cheering for the squirrel, I was like, "All right, guys,
that's your
hold on, guys.
We
gotta calm down."
You just
but it's not that I didn't like it.
No, that's him.
That's
Superman.
no. I loved it. I loved the moment, but I'm like, it was kind of sad in a way because it's like, dang, we're so starved.
Exactly. No, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We've been riddled with the murderer Henry Cavill for so long that we get so excited when we're so like, oh my, yeah.
It was just so funny.
Great scene. And then right after that is when Guy Gardner has like the thing. He's like hitting it repeatedly in the eye. And he turns around. He's like, good gosh, why does he have to be so violent? Like, dude, he got it so perfect. And then obviously Mr. Terrific just kills it from throwing bombs inside of its body, which RIP to the kaiju. But then Superman obviously is sad. He like catches it before it falls and like lays it down softly. Like, bro, everything you want in a Superman like fight kind of was in that perfection.
I guess you're helping me appreciate the scene more. I'm not gonna lie, I did not like the kaiju fight. But even in the trailers, I struggle with it. I loved Superman's portrayal in the scene. Like, that's not a problem at all.
Yeah.
But it was so cartoony that's
you're one of those guys. You're one of those guys.
It's not one of those guys. Movie. No, I get that. But there were certain. I guess I'll save it for my least favorite moment. But there were certain things in this movie where I think.
Wait, aren't you next?
Oh
no, I'm next. I have one more pick.
Oh yeah, you have one more.
Do you? Oh yeah. My bad. Okay, I'll save it. But let me just say this real quick. I thought the look of the kaiju really did a disservice because it looks so cartoony. Like, not visual effects, but just the design.
What do you want it to look like? It's a giant
monster. Whatever that was in Multiverse of Madness.
Well, you can't compare it to one of the worst comic book movies.
But like, what else do you want it to look like? Godzilla? Like, bro, it's a fictional looking weird monster, probably from a pocket universe.
I would prefer something like that. There was something about it that was just off.
And it felt like it was from a comic book. All right, we see the type of person you are.
It's not. No, it's not about
He's
that.
Not an ally,
you know,
guys.
I love.
He's not an ally.
No. What we're not gonna do is we're not gonna villainize people for having opinions.
No, that's what we're not gonna do. This movie.
No,
that's what I will do.
All right, everybody. I need to say something real quick because I love the Batman and I have endured years of hate from this man. Yes, and from
I have in my top 10 movies
of
all time, Zion.
Okay, maybe not you specifically, but guess what? You got to just roll with it. That's fine. It's conversation.
All right. I love the flying in this movie. Like, I thought by far was the best Superman flying in any Superman project. He had like the Henry Cavill, they got the speed and the power and like the sound of him right. but there was no elegance in like the Christopher Reeves how he did it. Obviously, he was held back by technology, so he couldn't like go that
Yeah.
crazy. But to me, they did the perfect blend of it. There's like a 20-second flying scene in the beginning of the kaiju fight where he goes underground,
Mm-hmm.
he comes up, he obviously gets like hit by the fire, he makes sure the people are okay, and that's when he does the "Hey buddy, eyes up here," and then that whole flying thing, absolutely perfect. I loved it when
Yeah.
like the fire came up and he did like a backflip midair, clean,
Yeah,
bro.
I think it was the perfect balance between the gracefulness that you want to see and also just power. Like there were certain moments when he was flying and you just felt the
Dude, like the first
speed.
time you float, the engineer when she was like walking and you just heard him above her, like
Yeah,
dude,
that or I loved
crazy.
when he realized that they broke into the Fortress of Solitude
Mhm.
Yeah.
and you just see him like going there. He
Yeah.
is yeah, so the flying was great.
Yes.
What's your third pick in this draft, Noah?
Well,
You
since
have
you
two
guys already took
categories
characters,
left.
might as well not waste my time on that. I'll pick that with my last pick. Least favorite moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, is in an eligible pick to say when the credits ended.
I knew he was gonna say that. We'll allow it.
Nice. Yep. I
We'll
was
allow it.
I'm
heartbroken,
so
honestly.
tired. I'm so tired.
I was sad.
You wanted more? You wanted another hour?
Yeah. I could have, if they had a part two right there, I'd have been perfectly fine.
That's wild. All right, I'm gonna also go with the least favorite. My least favorite moment, funnily enough, was actually the very beginning. Uh, the movie opens up with, and I liked what they did with it. It has like a text opening, so it talks about how 3 centuries ago, metahumans were introduced to this world, and 30 decades ago, Superman came, and
Three.
you know all the threes, right?
Hmm.
So that was cool how they did that. What I didn't like about it, though, about that specifically, is kind of encompassed in a whole where I'm still kind of struggling with this new DCU. Um, we've gotten some context now through Creature Commandos and now this about how established the universe is, but still, the DCU as a whole not really having too much of an identity yet is weird for me. I think that's my struggle as a whole. Like, and this movie is so fast paced that you don't really get time to understand where are things. Like, okay, metahumans have existed for a while. Literally, people are so used to things that when a giant monster shows up in Metropolis, people aren't even running away. They're just like, oh, well, it's Tuesday. So people are used to this kind of thing happening in the universe. It's just weird then, like, why were there not more metahumans present around? Like, who is the Justice Gang? We get little hints and you kind of get the context clues, but like you see the Hall of Justice and they're chilling there, and you get these little hints that there's bigger things going on. Superman's the most powerful of the metahumans, but the world itself just feels kind of still too undefined for me. I was hoping for more context as to where the larger universe is in this movie. And I get it didn't need to do that. It's the first one. But if you're going to say things are established and then you're just throwing us in right in the middle, like the movie kind of did the same thing. Just threw us right in the middle and you kind of pick things up along the way. I thought it worked okay, but there were still things I would have liked to have seen
So
prior to
did you not
this
like that in
or
the
understood.
Batman? Because they kind of did that in the Batman too. Like,
They did, but the thing about the Batman is, which I know I've been on the Batman joining this DCU. I don't know if it's gonna work. I would still love to see
It
Cora
ain't gonna
Sweat and
happen, but it
Pattinson.
would work.
I don't know if it would work, but um, I think the thing about the Batman is it's not that I didn't need to see the origin of Superman, but it's the Batman universe is I don't need to know what's going on in the larger world because all that's really focused on is Batman. And the beginning kind of catches you up really easily with where he's at in his superhero career. Whereas in this movie, it's like, oh, metahumans have been around for 3 centuries already. So what are things like? What heroes have come and gone already? Where are
But
things
why
at
would they
with?
explain that in one movie?
I'm not
Like
looking
in a
for them to
Superman movie, why are they
explain
gonna
it in
be
a
like
movie.
the last 3 centuries? These are all the heroes that have been here. Here's the landscape of the world. No, it's Superman versus Lex. Like that's what we're gonna focus on.
Absolutely. And I'm not saying I want it to become like an introduction to the DCU, but at the same time, the premise of this movie is also that we're getting into a new universe. This is the start of an entirely new DCU. So I would have liked, at least at some point throughout the movie, a little bit of a hint of what's going on in the larger world. We saw 4 other heroes, Metamorpho, Guy Gardner, Hawk Girl, and Mr. Terrific. But even their inclusion, while it was great, all great characters, really enjoyed them in the movie, you kind of get this sense of like, what's going on in the world? And you want to see more of the familiar, established characters before you're getting into all the extra people. So
Mm.
it's just, that's kind of my struggle with this new DCU. It feels like we're being thrown too into the middle. That's my thing. That's my
Noah,
thing.
thoughts?
This man ain't an ally for real. All right, dude.
No,
James
no,
Gunn
no,
said
no, no,
something,
no,
and to
no.
me, it made perfect sense because of how much it literally is a comic book. He goes, if you read a Superman comic and you grab a graphic novel, it throws you straight into the mix. There's no introduction. It is a comic book. You have to pick it up along the way and figure it out. He just put us in. He said we never need to see Superman, Batman, or Spider-Man's origins ever again. We know what happens.
I
We're
didn't
not
say I
going to waste
wanted their
time.
origins.
He throws into a comic book. It's not going to say, if you grab a Batman comic book, it's not going to, all right, it's established universe. Here's what's happening around the world. No, we're going to focus on the story that's happening. He has other shows that are
Right.
going to build out the universe. Creature Commandos. He has Supergirl coming up. There's going to be Clayface, the Swamp Thing. He's going to build it out. But
Exactly.
in this first
What?
Superman movie that's only 2 hours long, you're not going to build the entire world while doing a good story in 2 hours. You can't do it.
Okay, but at the same time, while I love comic books and I love the ability to just jump in, this is more than a comic book. I'm not discounting the way comics do things, but I am saying when you're starting a new movie universe, a cinematic universe, I would at least like to know a little more of what's going on a larger scale, especially
But like
in
what?
probably the cornerstone of the universe.
But
Superman
like what?
will be the corner, as he should be, the cornerstone of this universe.
Yeah. But what would you
So
want
then,
him to do?
honestly, either do only Superman focus, so not have the other characters in there. And it's hard because I really enjoy them, but it's just it
But you said
begs
it's an
more
established universe,
questions
and you wonder why there weren't even more metahumans. So why did it make sense if there was just a whole universe and no people came to help Superman?
because I'm not saying I don't want. Sorry, let me clarify what I'm trying to say. I think it makes sense that it's an established universe. Okay, I'm not looking for the Marvel approach where it's like Superman's this first hero, and they don't have to follow that route, and people are getting used to superpower beings. I kind of like that people are more used to things, right? But then
Mm.
give us a little more context as to who's around and what's going on. We don't have to see everybody, but I at least want to know, like, okay, you got this whole random justice gang with these random side characters. Like, is are some of the more mainstay heroes around, or even give us like a central character that can kind of walk us through, like a Nick Fury type, that at least gives us a guiding point throughout all that. And maybe you can argue it's Rick Flag because he was in Creature Commandos as well, but he barely did anything in this movie. He didn't really have a role.
Right.
So that's just my thing. I just want to know, okay, I think they were trying to establish something, and they did a good job with the universe. But I think I'm kind of antsy to know what's really going on here, and we still know so little, even about the direction. I would have liked the post credit scene that was like more pointing towards the future. And I've talked too long at this point. That's my least favorite part of the movie.
I mean, I get that. I mean, like I kind of see where you're coming from, but at the same time, it's like I also agree with Noah because you can't build all that out and still write a Superman versus Lex story. So if they do that in the future and they give us a little bit more into what's going on in Metropolis and what it's been, then that's fine. But
Yeah.
for now, like think I don't think we have to worry about that if in this movie, at least. All right. I'm gonna get into my favorite moment. Um, honestly, my favorite moment was right before he went back to Metropolis when he was on the farm. That was just a
That
beautiful
was a great
scene.
moment.
The rooster when he wakes up, just sitting on the farm, sun rising, sitting there with his parents. I'm like, man, like this is why Superman is the way he is because this is how he grew up. Like
Yeah.
it was just so pure. It was so just and like Zion to your point earlier when he was in the interview with Lois, like he was ready to drop everything just because like he cares about people, and you can
Mm-hmm.
tell that his parents cared about him and the way that he grew up, and it just gives more insight into his character that I feel like we don't see or that we haven't
Yeah.
seen with other Supermen.
Yeah.
That was just and like visually an amazing scene. Like you felt it. It was great. Yeah, like I don't really have a least favorite moment. One of my like not so favorite part about like the film as a whole was we didn't get that much Clark, and I wanted
Mm.
more Clark Kent. Like the scene where him and Lois had their little banter and he was working at the Daily Planet, that was amazing to me. But that was
Yeah.
it. We didn't get any more Clark other than that. And I hope going forward um into more movies in the future, I hope that we get more Clark Kent like that. Cuz I mean, he was really Superman the whole movie, and when he wasn't Superman, he was with either Lois or his parents. Or like,
Yeah.
you know. So it was like, I don't know. That was fine cuz I know it's a Superman movie, but I hope we get some more Clark Kent next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Best R farm. For me, I gotta go with Mr. Terrific's fight
Yeah,
scene.
Mr. Terrific. Yeah. I was going to say that. That was on my list too.
Stand
That was my number
stand
2.
out from the movie, Mr. Terrific. I know I just talked about the whole wider universe, blah blah blah. However, I loved the other characters in this movie, and Mr. Terrific was by far the standout. Um, he's up there among even the favorite characters for me. Like
Oh
it's
yeah,
kind of like
100%.
Superman, Lex, Lois are kind of all at the top, and then literally right there is Mr. Terrific. He was that good.
I agree.
But when he shows up on the beach, and this was people compared a lot to like one of James Gunn's Guardian scenes.
Oh,
It
it's
was a
beyond
one
just scenes, though.
take.
It's
Yeah,
beyond
you
just scenes.
literally
There's
have the
something there.
music going.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I loved it, and I love when unique characters have a fight scene. Like he's not jumping around and doing all this crazy action, but he has all the T spheres running around and doing different things, and it was a dope scene overall. And Mr. Terrific, he was so cool, man.
He was
He
hilarious,
was
man.
so dope. He was funny. He was serious. He almost reminded me of like how Batman is. He was kind of Batman within this story to me. Like if I kept thinking like if Batman were in this movie, like I almost wonder was Batman supposed to be in this movie? Cuz he was just like that's how Batman I imagine would act when he's in the Superman story.
Yeah.
Like still very serious and things like that, but there's a little more of a relatable side and a funny side. So I thought Mr. Terrific was great, and I want to see a spinoff. I'm not gonna lie. I would
I
love to
would
see
watch
a
that
TV show,
100%.
And
especially
someone,
with his origin. I think
mhm.
there's a lot there that you could work with.
I saw a video today of someone saying like the projects they want to see next in the DCU, and they were like, we need a James Gunn written and directed, and it's like I think it's called The Terrifics. It's like a comic series. I think Mr. Terrific's the main character, but it's a bunch of like weird side characters that have like a
Yeah.
team. Like that's literally James Gunn to a T, bro.
Yeah, like Guardians type
Yeah.
of thing.
But
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
would
need
be.
him to hurry up and write that Superman 2 script. So don't do anything till you finish that.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I would like him, to focus more on the main stuff like Superman. But I also want more people involved because James Gunn is very distinct, and I want the universe to feel a little more varied in styles. And I think if he's just doing everything, it's like, all right, guys, we got to add some variety in here. So, all right, Noah, you
Last
started
pick.
us off.
Thank you for just
Take us home.
basically laying out my discussion. My pick, shout out Lois. Rachel did an incredible job. My favorite Lois of any Superman project. But with my pick for the third best character, because obviously
Are you
Superman left to the
serious?
two. My third pick was Mr. Terrific.
Wow.
He
Great.
he had a good amount of scenes with Lois, and in no scene did I think Lois outshone him. I think he easily took
That's
the
true.
scene every time. He was an incredible character. I've seen people say that he took the scene in any scene, even if he was a Superman. Like they're like he was low key the standout character of the entire movie.
I
He
think
was
he was
just,
for sure
dude, he was
standout
so
character.
good. They did an incredible job. Like I don't even normally care about Mr. Terrific and Justice League type stuff. He's normally pretty boring, but they made him like really enjoyable to watch and interesting, and I want to see more of him.
Yeah, agreed.
Wow. That's wild, man.
But
All
shout
right,
out
so
Lois. Shout out Jimmy for real.
oh man. See, that's
Jimmy
what I'm
was
saying.
in.
So many good characters in this movie. There really were.
Dude, Jimmy was so good too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Jimmy was hilarious.
All right, so here are here's the official draft results. So we have I'll start with Noah. Favorite moment was the kaiju fight. Best character, Mr. Terrific. Least favorite moment when the credits ended. And the best aura farm moment, Superman rising from the clouds and the ashes of the building. My favorite moment was the Superman and Lois interview. Best character was Superman. My least favorite was the context of the DCU. And the best aura farm was the Mr. Terrific fight scene. For Jace, best moment, being back home in Kansas with Mom, Pa Kent. Best character, Lex Luthor. Least favorite moment, the lack of Clark Kent that we got. And then best aura farm moment after Superman beats Ultraman. That's probably the cake on the aura farm moment of the movie. Like, that man was doing way too much there. So let us know what you think of the draft. We also want to hear your guys' picks in the comments. Let us know what you would choose for each of those categories down below. Let us know what you thought of our lists and the conversation.
All right. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Yo Nerd. Hope you guys enjoyed. And again, let us know what you would draft. If we left anything out, if we left anything unsaid, let us know what you would draft in the comments. We love your engagement. And feel free to start a debate with us too. We love to debate. That's part of the reason why we're doing this show. But we'll catch you guys next time here on Yo Nerd Podcast. Later.